Hello.
Hello. Hello. Tom here, your host at the Convo. And today with me is the great, the excellent, the wonderful
Wow.
Kat Dolores.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Just as a refresher, Kat has done a couple of episodes with
Yeah.
and for the Convo. She is the head master
Headmaster. Sounds like.
designer extraordinaire of a company called Altr, and what they do is a ton of branding.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And art.
So, Kat and I were planning the episodes that we were going to shoot moving forward, and we were talking about um, doing test cases. So right now we're in the process of getting approval for test cases that we can use for the episodes, and we would love to kind of show you the process.
Yeah.
Cool. Kat,
Yes.
how do you like them pears?
I think they're cool. They're so cool. Like, they seem real.
They seem real because they're not.
They're not, yeah. They're
Our
real.
drinks today, it's this cold brew courtesy of Think Up, and
Yeah.
Kat is drinking that drink.
Actually, I just found out that this is going to be my drink for this video.
What is that drink, Kat?
I really don't know, but it's from, hey, shout out to the Ever Healthy Soul Kitchen
Over at Torres.
Yes, over at Taurus.
They've got a grab and go store. If you have not
Yeah.
checked them out, seriously check them out. They have really great food and really great drinks. This one is, I think, like a detox type drink. It's got
Yes.
ginger in it, cucumber, all the good stuff. In one of the episodes, Kat, you were talking about, this was the episode with Mon. He was interviewing
Yes.
you about what branding was.
Yeah.
And again, branding is
Branding really is the perception of your customers toward a certain product. So in this case, or in your case, if you have a brand, your own brand, it is your customer's perception of what you sell, your product or your service.
So it's not just the logo, not just the
Yes.
text, not just the color, and it's not just the product even. So
Yeah.
it's all of these are parts of the brand and the development of the brand, but it's the brand is the desired perception
Yes.
that you want from people. Again, it's not what you say it is, according to Martin Neumeyer. It's not what brand is not what you say it is. It's what
They say it.
It's what they say it is. So that's the challenge for any brand agency such as
Yeah.
Altr. And we get really random branding projects, and it's really, really interesting. So we're excited to share
Yes.
those use cases,
Yeah,
test
watch
cases.
out for them.
Yeah. So just jumping off from what you were talking about, because it was more general, it was a bit broad. So I do understand that the branding process has a few fundamental requirements, and today we're going to talk about two of those. And what we're hoping to do in the future is to actually show you, well, number one, the process, and two, the attributes or the components of this whole thing. But today, we're talking about the two fundamental parts.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you brand, it is to give, and these are different terminologies or what have you. What do you call it? Different approaches, but in general, they're talking about the same thing, or they're part of the same thing. So, what is it that you look for when a person approaches you for a branding project, Kat?
first of all, when someone or a company approaches us for branding, the first question that comes to my mind is, do these guys know who they are already? Like,
Interesting.
yep, here in the local market, a lot of companies here, like they already have a business, but they actually really don't know why they're doing it, for who they are doing it. They just, I have a product and then I'm going to sell this, I'm going to put a margin this big, and then it's just that. So it's like there's no really, there's no deeper reason why they put up a brand like this. So for our first clients, we really ask them, do you already have an identity system? So this identity system is the thing that that will tell the company who they really are. Like, this identity system, by the way, comes from a series of workshops, right? So
And it's composed of a lot of different moving parts,
Yes.
but it all boils down to a identity system.
Yeah.
So what's really a good takeaway from this is that it's when we say a brand is not just a product, because for example, if Kat were to sell these, it's very fortunate that we have these in front of us. But
Yes.
if she was to sell these, and it was going to be, let's say, Cat's Bears or whatever, she decided that this is going to be named Cat's
Alright,
Bears
cat spares.
or Cat's
Weird name.
wonderful, fruits, or never mind. But there are several people selling these.
Yeah.
So then you go, okay, how do I differentiate myself? Do you call it greener? Do you call it, do you call it, better kinds of fruits? So what it is a lot of people build a business or around a product which is not enough to define who they are.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Because if this is what we always say to people who approach us for these types of projects, we ask them, tell us 3 to 5 things about yourself. And ultimately, you go, oh, I'm a patient guy, I have 2 kids, I skate on the weekend, I work in a digital agency, It's easy for you because, you're 20 years of age, you've marinated on the fact that you are that person. Your identity is very clear to you. But like when you set up a business, you typically, a lot of people start with either an idea, a concept, or a product. And it's not really an identity.
Yeah.
And an identity translates to personality.
Yes.
It translates to voice.
Yeah.
It translates to tone.
Yeah.
Messaging. So how important is it to have like an identity system?
Basically, if let's I always see it as like this. Like, if you have a brand, you treat it like it's a person. So I've read in a book, I forgot the name. Yeah, I read in the book Accidental Branding. This entrepreneur actually personified his brand so much that he actually had a transference. Like, yeah, he already identified himself as the brand. So what happened was, the brand really has this certain type of character, and whenever publishers in the newspaper incorrectly represents his brand, he gets angry, and he really talks to the publisher, why are you doing this? So yeah, knowing that brand identity, if you as a person, you really want to stand out from the crowd of designers, from the crowd of doctors if you're a physician, from the crowd of all the companies that sell the same product or service as you. That's why the brand identity is so important. If you yourself, you don't know what your brand really is, then how will your customers know you, right?
Well, aside from differentiation, I'd like to also Now you can disagree with me, but I'd like to also point out that having a clear identity system, or even an identity as to your brand, doesn't only help you differentiate or set yourself apart from all the rest that are selling, let's say, pears, but it also allows you. It becomes some sort of compass, if you would, like it allows you to steer the business, in the direction that you want it to, easier, in comparison to, because you are.
Yes.
Right? So first you figure out the identity system of the brand. Then you need to know who you're actually, because the identity system allows you to appropriate the messaging of the brand,
Yep.
the voice, but you have to figure out who you're actually speaking to, because what's the point?
Yes.
Who are you going to send the messages to, right?
Yes.
It's like you're texting nobody.
Yeah. It's like actually creating a curriculum for the general population.
Right.
You don't really have a target, so what comes out of that is your message is not clear, and the right people will not be able to. You're just wasting efforts in delivering the message when,
Knowing who they are is like, I would say, if you look at the ocean, you try to be everything for the ocean, versus you get a cup, you get like a cup of water and focus all your energies there.
Yes.
How am I going to speak to this group of people? I was talking to Keone Chong. Shout out to Keone Chong. He's the co-founder of Modus. Really cool cat. And he was talking to me about, and this was the analogy that he shared. It's either you have a bucket of marbles that you push really slowly because you're trying to get this whole thing across, versus you get one marble, take it, take the other marble, take it. So it's kind of how you can attack the market. You figure out who that first marble is, and get really excellent at it and serve that, and then expand to the next marble and the next and the next until you get the whole bucket through. Thank you so much, Keone. So what it is knowing your customer. And we're back to the other camera because Casey's trying to they're going to steam some milk. That's what he's telling me.
Yes.
Over here. You want to pan towards this, because we are shooting at Think Up right now, and they're about to steam some milk. They're asking permission because it's about to make some noise. All right, anyway. Okay, so first you figure out who you are, which is your identity system. Second, you need to know who they are.
Yes.
Because you can't just tell me that you're trying to speak to all the women. Because right now, just the women in this room will have different needs, and different products or brands will appeal to every different woman.
Yep.
You can't just say everyone, because the problem with that is you try to do so many things and you try to be everything to everyone.
Yes.
Which makes you no one. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It makes you no
actually.
one. Because you blend in instead of stand out.
Yep.
So, what's key, Kat? What is the key component? Number one is?
The identity. You have to know who you are.
and that's just the launch pad, right?
Yeah.
And then part of it, in the effort to figure out the identity system, you also kind of have to figure out who they are.
Yeah.
Because how people get drawn to a specific brand or entity is it kind of connects. There's a relationship that happens, and if that doesn't, if it's unclear, to you, the business owner or the brand owner, as to who you are, imagine the person looking at you.
Yes.
You'd have a person in your store or checking out your brand or your product in a confused state. What are you really? Who are you really? Who are you trying to be? Are you for premium? Are you for affordable? Are you for,
Yes.
So I hope today we brought a little bit of light into this whole concept of branding, because branding is currently a really, really used up buzzword.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies are now paying more attention to it. A lot of companies are taking it more seriously and really allocating energy and bandwidth to it. So if you're just starting out and you're trying to figure out your branding and you feel like you need more help than this video, and you feel like we can help you, just reach out. Just hit us in the comments box or send us a message. We're going to put all the links that you need down there. If not, just subscribe. We're about to drip out more videos that talk about things that will help you set up your biz.
Yes.
Kat enjoys this thing
Of course.
just as much as I enjoy it, and we want to make sure that you leave from this video knowing more than what you knew before it, so that you can find more direction in what you're doing, in what you're doing in your business. So let us know, give us a holler. Happy to speak to everybody. We're also on a podcast.
Yes.
And if you're not the watching type and you're more the listening type, check us out, the Convo. That's it. Thank you so much, Kat, for talking to us again about branding. Tom, your host, the Convo. Peace. Already start.